All right, let me start off by saying this first before I forget. I feel as though Africans hate each other more than any other ethnic groups out there. So if you stay longer to the end of this video, you will find out why I said that. Hello guys, my name is Marvel and I'm back again with a new video. I hope everybody's doing well and welcome back to my channel. Please, if this is your first time visiting my channel, do me a favor, take the time to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification post so when I release a video, you will be notified. And thanks again for all of my existing subscribers. Welcome back. So today I want to talk about something important. So if you are African in the continent of Africa, but you are planning on moving to America to live here, so there are a few things that you should know ahead of time before you come here. So if you're interested to knowing what it is that I'm about to talk about so you can be prepared and stick around to this end of this video. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. So I really wanted to focus on the Africans that are in the continent of Africa willing to move here in America to stay here. So there are a couple of things that you should know ahead of time before you decide that you want to make a move to come live here. So, and there are a couple of questions that I'm going to ask, and those questions are going to be better answered by yourself watching me at this time. So you get to make your own judgment because I can't really stand up here and decide for you what you need to do for your future. But I'm just going to be helping you with some advice that I think may be informative. You should know that many people, when they first come here in America, for some odd reason, they change their state of mind. I can't really explain that phenomenon, but unfortunately, that's how it is. So it could be because of a new environment, because of new opportunities, or it could be anything. I can't really explain it why, but you just kind of have to be aware that the same person, if especially the person that you made arrangement with to stay at their home for a certain period of time before you were able to move out and go get your own place, don't be surprised if you come and that person is not really the same that you knew, especially if it has been a lot of years before y'all get together again. Just be prepared to learn that that person may not be the same person that you knew. So just, it's cool, but don't take it too personal. Those are a part of experience that you might go through. Just don't be shocked, don't be surprised, just, deal with it. Okay, now here comes the first question. Do you personally know that person, a family, or a couple with whom you have made arrangement to stay at their home? So if you do, then, okay, just because you supposedly know that person doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be smooth when you move together with them. Also, be prepared that you might find out later about a harsh reality about that person that were previously mentioned prior to your arrival there. This could be because of many reasons, and it is a part of the reality of living abroad. Some people don't really like to share their true experiences of living here because some of these realities could be embarrassing, and that's why they are meant to be kept secret. Okay, and another thing, you should know that when you are moving from one place to another, especially if you have made a decision that you're starting over a new life, you have to be prepared for a lot of things. Understand that you were literally starting from the scratch, which means you're more likely to depend on the host family to walk you through everything that you didn't know prior to coming there. It could be they will have to show you where local banks are, where grocery stores are, because when you are ready for certain services, at least you know how to get there. Don't act as if you know everything when you just got to a country. Depend on them to show you around. Even if you have done your own research, you know that you can Google search anything and there you have the results at your fingertips. Still, don't do it. Let them show you first. Let them show you the first couple of times before you get comfortable doing it yourself. Okay? This could be because of so many reasons. There are a lot of different differences in culture. There are a lot of different ways that you can approach people here. Or if for some of you, you may not have the language barrier. English may not be a problem, especially if you already live. You're moving from an English-speaking country, so you may not really need the English classes here. For some of you out there that are from non-English speaking country and wanting to come here in America, you will have additional work to do. Not only that, you have to learn the language, but there is many other things that you will need assistance for, especially going out to public places. You will need somebody to be with you. If you want to go you want to go purchase something, somebody will need to be there to translate for you. That was just a little harder for some of you guys. Speaking of culture, I want to give you one example, for instance. All right, where I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo, right? There, actually, if you say that somebody's gaining weight, right, and you tell them, hey man, you're looking fat, it is actually taken as a compliment. I don't know about other African countries out there, but you should know that here in America, it is not a cool thing to say to somebody. So now imagine, right? For instance, you walk into a grocery store, right? And here you see an obese person standing right next to you. You want to be cool and share. You want to compliment them. You look at them and say, hey man, you look fat. So you will find out in a split second how that person will react. Just because it is taken as a compliment from your country doesn't mean it is taken as a compliment here. Somebody will take it offensively and look at you like, is this guy for real? Like, I mean, these are the things that you really have to stay away from. Okay, here comes another thing. Be open to advice. Don't be one of those guys that always acts like they know everything. Just sit back and listen to any advice coming your way. Not all advice deserve to be taken into seriously, but I believe some of them are. You just have to sort them out. You just have to decide which one you think will benefit you more. But what I am asking you not to do is every time you are being given advice, you act like you already know what they're telling you. Especially for a newcomer, it doesn't make you look good. Nobody will ever want to approach you and give you some important advice about how to go about certain things. It could be about anything. It could be how to purchase a car. It could be how to, to apply for a credit card. It could be for many reasons. Just because you hear there is a lot of opportunities here doesn't necessarily mean that because they sent you a letter say that you can apply, you can qualify for $10,000 credit card, and you go ahead and apply for it without consulting anybody to give you advice prior to making such a decision. I mean, that's just an example. But what I'm trying to say is sit there, listen, take what is important information and leave what it's not. Because the moment you start acting as if you know everything, guess what's going to happen? Most people would not want to advise you any longer because if they think you know everything, they won't even bother. And guess who's going to be hurt the most? You are. Why? They know you don't. Maybe if you stay there longer, you will still find out anyway about important information. But before you make mistakes first and regret them later, let them help you so that you don't make the same mistakes that they've probably made. That's why they are giving you this advice to put you on the right path. Just sit there and listen and take the advice seriously and use them in your convenience. You know what I'm saying? So that's really important because most people here, they have the propensity of basically showing you everything because you don't know, and that's normal. Okay? Don't feel some type of way that you are dumb because you're not a dumb person. Being dumb and not knowing about a particular culture, there are two different things. You're not dumb. It's just that you're not knowledgeable of what's going on in a new society in which you just moved into. Okay? Let them help you. Okay? It has nothing to do with your level of intelligence. It just has nothing to do with that. Give them the time, give them the opportunity to help you out as much as they can. Does that mean that they know everything? Of course not. They know probably important information that could benefit you. Just don't act in a way that you are smart ass, that they can't really tell you anything because nobody will ever want to advise you ever again. Look at it as if you were a college student and you were struggling with a class and your professor approaches you and gives you some advice on how to be successful in his or her class. Because actually, those pieces of information will be more beneficial to you, not the other way around. The person giving you advice actually wants you to be successful in their class because they see you struggling. But if you want to turn them down and say that you'll be okay, and now guess what's going to happen? You go ahead and fail. Are you going to go back to that same person and ask them for more advice? I really don't think so. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation, okay? Okay, here comes one of the most annoying thing to deal with, especially living with a host family or a friend or a relative, okay? First of all, a reasonable person should know that most houses have rules that need to be followed. Some households, they have established rules that are expected to be followed. So you just have to follow those rules. As long as at least you are a part of that family and you live under that roof, you are expected to respect those rules. It could be for numerous reasons. So don't give those people the reason to say that because since you moved here, things are bad now. So be the guy who brings solution. Every time they say something, they tell you about what you should and shouldn't do, just be compliant. Don't say anything. Why? Because you're here on a mission. Your mission literally is to stay there as long as you possibly can, because some people will tell you we give you, let's just say 6 months or 3 months. All right. You use that time wisely. Don't mind what they said because those are the rules they have established in their homes. You really can't change it. Wait till you get your own place that you can start making your own rules. As long as you live under that roof, you expected to follow those rules, but don't let that or get your emotions to act in a way that would probably lead to conflicts between you and those people. You really don't want that. You actually need them more than they need you because they are showing you things that is preparing you to be more successful here in America. You should listen to them, all right? Don't just let that break you. Just sit there, take as much time as possible to save as much money as you can so when your time is up and you're ready to move out, you just have enough money to go out and get your own place, all right? So just don't rush into getting a new place just because you are not okay with the rules that they have set. Some of these rules could be very ridiculous to follow, but understand that it is their home. And you can make up your rules in any way you can when you get at your own place. The key word here it is that you living there temporarily. It is temporary. That is the key word. So keep that in mind. You're only there temporarily until you figure out what's best for you, until you're ready to move out peacefully. And while you're staying there, you should use it as an experience to learn things. Learn the basics. So when you move out, you don't have to keep going there back and forth to asking them assistance for the little things as how to pay bills online, how to, to call a bank teller to work out an issue that, you are going through with your, bank activities or things of that nature. Really take your time to learn as much as possible. I'm not saying when you move out, you shouldn't be going back. That also depends how you have dealt with those people. So, but what I'm saying here, don't look ridiculous after you moved out. You coming back to ask them to help you pay your rent online. Come on, that's ridiculous, all right? You don't want to move out and come back and ask them to help you and show you how to pay your phone bill again, or to show you how to pay for your car, make your car insurance payment. Just those are the things that you should learn while living there. And when you move out, you don't have to keep going back and forth to request for more assistance for the little things as the ones that I just mentioned. All right. So just keep that in mind. There is a couple that moved to America from the Democratic Republic of Congo. They were staying in North Carolina, and the host family there were the people that they knew each other back home. So they go way back. They really knew each other. And this is one of the example of why when I say that some people change their state of mind, the people that you knew after years of living here may not be the same people that you knew, because maybe they went through some things here that probably changed the way they see things, changed the way they deal with people. I can't really explain that, but this is just one example that I'm giving you based off of the story that I'm about to tell you right now. So basically that couple, they were staying there, right? And for some odd reasons, this host family, they had severe restrictions imposed upon them, where, keep in mind, it was a family of 5, a husband and a wife and 3 children, right? They weren't allowed to use their cell phones or internet at home. So which means that if a person takes your ability to stay in communication with outside world, basically you become a prisoner. So the family, they actually came here by means of lottery. So they were green card holders. They were ready to go. They were ready to go out and get their jobs and everything. But they told the husband he was not allowed to get a job because they didn't want him leaving the kids alone by themselves. Keep in mind, here in America, at least in the state of Pennsylvania where I stay, a child needs to be at least 12 years old before they can be left at home by themselves, because at 12 years old, they consider you able enough to know what's going on around you. So when you stay at home by yourself, and especially if you got younger siblings, that you can take care of them without anything happening. But if you're under 12 and they walk in on you, you in trouble, which means that the couple, both of them could have gotten a job and go out and work, but the family told them otherwise. So the oldest children that they had at the time was a little over 12 years old. So it was good to stay at home with their siblings while the parents were out at work, but they were told not to do so. So the husband was really frustrated and stressed out because he couldn't get a job to provide for his family. It couldn't make a phone call to speak to anybody. It could not even talk to the people within that community where they were staying at, just because the people, the host family, had told people around them not to speak with them. Even if they had visitors come over, you can say hi to the visitor, but they were keeping constant eyes on you, not to speak with them privately. And they were giving instructions, and the wife literally got this job, but she was barely making enough to provide for the whole family. And it got to one point that the wife had to sneak in a cell phone. So when the couple were gone for work, they could make a phone call and speak with people and relatives and let them know what was going on. And luckily, they were able to make a contact with this guy, and the guy helped them out, moved out of their house. Now they're safe in their own homes. They're doing a lot better. So yeah, I mean, this is just one story that I had for you that really proves the point that most Africans really don't like each other for reasons like this, because I can't really get my head wrapped around the facts that I am here, I am going to use my physical strength to make the money, but the person who with whom I have made arrangement with to stay at their home until at least for a little while, until I get back, I get on my feet and get a place and move my family into it and just live my life peacefully, will be able to do such a thing to me, to hold me back for as long as they did. So that's just one point. So this type of behavior needs to stop. All right, guys. That's all I have for you today. If you find this helpful, please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and if this is your first time, let me say this one more time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification post so when I drop a video like just today, you'll be notified. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And I got more videos like this coming up. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.